Real Housewives star Teddi Mellencamp given 50/50th chance of surviving cancer. Teddi Mellencamp is remaining hopeful as she fights stage 4 cancer despite doctors warning she has a 50% chance of survival. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star was hospitalized with multiple brain tumors earlier this year. During a procedure to remove the masses, doctors found 2 additional tumors in her lungs. Mellencamp, 43, admitted that life expectancy rates for cancer patients has been on her mind while she's undergoing immunotherapy for treatment. I learned this isn't the best question to ask if you're doing immunotherapy, because immunotherapy has only been around 10 years, she told Nightline. She was initially upset to hear that immunotherapy has a 50/50th success rate. It's one of my favorite things to ask, how long I got? What are my chances? And they oftentimes say 50/50ths, she said. Mellencamp remembered telling the doctor, 50/50ths? I wouldn't buy a car that's only gonna drive 50% of the time. I don't want this, she added, and the doctor's like, no, it's only because that's how long immunotherapy has been around, so that's how long the study has worked. So that's when I then try to find the positive. Finding the positive has been a challenge at times. I really like to have control, and this is completely out of my control. And for the first time, I'm really scared, Mellencamp said. Her famous father, John Mellencamp, has remained a small, but assuring comfort during the process. Yesterday, my dad calls me 11 times in a row. Finally, I answer, I'm like, I'm in the bath. Let me live a little. Teddi explained on her podcast, 2 Teeth in a Pod, which she hosts with fellow Real Housewives star Tamra Judge. He goes, I just want to make sure you're going to be in our group family mausoleum. She went on to say that she instantly thought of her 3 children, Slate, 12, Cruz, 10, and Dove, 5, and where they factor into the family mausoleum in Indiana. He's like, well, there's going to be the top 5 and then we're gonna have little areas around it. And then that's where everyone's going to get buried, she continued. He goes, you're doing your will right now, so you may as well put it in there. In the end, she said, I think I agreed to be in the mausoleum, and joked that someone she met not too long ago inspired her to get Hot Girls Never Die put on her tombstone. Mellencamp told US Weekly earlier this month that she's in the fight of her life after the cancer spread in her brain and to her lungs. I'm fighting for my life, Mellencamp told the outlet, but also for my family's life and all the people I love. In February, after medication became ineffective for her migraines and Mellencamp began feeling severe pain, she rushed to an emergency room with her estranged husband, Edwin Arroyav. The pain had become something I'd never felt before, she said. They diagnosed me with multiple brain tumors, but the ER doctor says he can't take them out. They've got to get me into Cedars-Sinai Hospital. And I'm like, can't you get me in tonight? I want to go tonight. I had 6 brain tumors and 2 lung tumors. They all came from melanoma that metastasized into these tumors inside of my body. Mellencamp began radiation and immunotherapy treatment immediately after her surgery, which took a toll on her body. I thought I was going to feel like how I felt after my neck lift, she said. My reaction is always a headache, and I found out that's good news because it means that the immunotherapy or the radiation is killing your cancer. Mellencamp said on social media after undergoing both radiation and immunotherapy the day before that she feels so tired and run down, but I know it's going to get better again. Something that everyone can keep in mind. I kind of thought that I'd already beaten it, and then, a couple days later, I found out I had 4 more tumors. So there are so many different highs and lows, and yeah, but I've learned a lot. In a world where glamour often cloaks pain, one reality star is stripping back the gloss to reveal a brutally honest truth. Life can turn on a dime, no matter how flawless your Instagram feed appears. Teddi Mellencamp, the fitness coach, accountability warrior, and former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member, is facing her most harrowing challenge yet, a diagnosis that leaves her with a 50/50th chance of survival. The shocking update came during an emotional segment of Mellencamp's podcast, 2 Teeth in a Pod, when she broke the news to co-host Tamra Judge and millions of listeners. Her voice, usually brisk and businesslike, cracked with raw vulnerability. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, she admitted. They told me I've got a 50/50 shot, and I'm choosing to believe I'll land on the right side of that statistic. Teddi, 42, has been candid about her stage I melanoma battle since first revealing the diagnosis in 2022, after a mole removal turned into a chain reaction of scans, biopsies, and surgeries. But this latest development marks a frightening escalation, a reminder that cancer is a relentless intruder, even for someone whose job is holding others accountable for their health. "It's in the lymph nodes now," she said, her words cutting through the silence like a blade. "There's talk of immunotherapy, clinical trials, and yes, odds, the dreaded numbers that every cancer patient tries not to fixate on, but inevitably do." While many celebrities retreat into privacy when confronted with health scares, Teddi has done the opposite. Her journey has been transparent, messy, and courageous. From Instagram updates showing her post-op scars to videos where she's wiping away tears while talking to her children, Teddi has invited the public into the trenches with her. Not for sympathy, but to raise awareness. "I don't want anyone else to wait like I did," she posted recently. "Wear sunscreen. Get checked. Advocate for your body. We're not invincible, not even with a spray tan." The response has been overwhelming. Fellow housewives have come out in droves to support her, from Kyle Richards, who called her "one of the strongest women I know," to Lisa Rinna, who reposted Teddy's story with a heart emoji and the words, "We're with you, baby girl." Even Bravo celebrity frenemies put their feuds on pause. Sutton Strack, once Teddy's on-screen adversary, commented on a recent photo, "Sending you all the southern strength and love I've got. We're rooting for you, Teddi." But the support isn't limited to co-stars. Fans, the same ones who once criticized her for being too controlling or too intense, are now seeing her through new eyes. The woman who once barked about macros and meal plans is now fighting for her life, and her vulnerability is resonating. "Teddi was never my favorite on RHOBH," wrote one user on Twitter. "But damn. The strength she's showing now? I'm in awe. Cancer doesn't care if you're a housewife or a housewife. This could be any of us." Behind the scenes, sources close to Mellencamp say she's leaning heavily on her family, including her husband, Edwin Arroyav, and their children, Slate, Cruz, Dove, and Isabella, Edwin's daughter from a previous relationship. The kids, she says, are both her anchor and her fuel. "I look at them and I know I can't give up," she shared tearfully on the podcast. "Even when I'm exhausted or scared or angry at the world, I look at my kids' faces and I remember. I'm still their mom. I'm still here. And that means I still have a job to do." While the public version of Teddi is often clad in athleisure and radiating hustle, the private Teddi is confronting sleepless nights, invasive treatments, and the haunting uncertainty of what if. She's been open about her therapy sessions, her moments of doubt, and her conversations with doctors who never sugarcoat the prognosis. "They're honest with me, and I'm honest with myself," she said. "It could go either way. That's what 50/50ths means. But as long as there's a chance, even a sliver, I'm fighting for it." Still, the specter of mortality looms. In one gut-wrenching post, she spoke directly to her followers. "If I don't make it through this, and I hope I do, please remember to get your skin checked. Please live fully, and please don't wait to tell people you love them." Teddi's cancer diagnosis has already galvanized change. Dermatologists report a spike in patients requesting full-body checks, often citing her story as the catalyst. Melanoma research organizations have praised her for using her platform in a way that saves lives. "She's turned her pain into purpose," said a rep from the American Academy of Dermatology. That kind of advocacy, especially from someone in the public eye, is powerful. Meanwhile, Bravo is said to be planning a special segment in honor of her bravery, potentially spotlighting her battle in an upcoming reunion episode or a standalone special.